So we have a 16T with this aquarium here. I'm going to be scaping this today. Usually like challenges that people have with this tank is that it's tall. So people don't really know how to like utilize like the height of the tank rather than the width, because people are used to scaping like wider tanks. So I'm going to be doing that today. Using some dwarf hair grass, some hydrocolored Japan, and then Seru stone. Should I open this one?
No, we're good.
Okay, and then I'm also going to be using some contra soil. This soil is a nutrient-based soil, so you don't really need to add fertilizers to it, and most of these plants are low-tech, so you don't need to really use it most of the time, for these at least. So yeah. So I'm going to start by filling it with this soil. So I'd say usually with the higher tanks, I like to put a lot of soil in here for each one, and then slope it up to the back to use the height. And this will also help like anchor the rocks down and everything, stop everything from like sliding forward. So for the rocks today, we're using Seru, and I picked out most of the rocks that were like interesting, where they have like more pointy slopes that are like tall, again to utilize the height. And then since it is a smaller tank, what I did with our previous 16Ts in the store is I would usually like hammer them out to make them smaller to fit in here, just because rocks are usually pretty huge. Yeah, and people don't realize that you could break them apart to fit your tank. So yeah, I recommend doing that. Whenever you got like a rock that looks ugly to you, you can just smash it around. Yeah. So yeah.
You don't have to soak this substrate, huh? It's already ready to...
Yeah, you don't need to wash through it or anything. You just flood it once you're ready to put water in there. Yeah. Let's see. Do some hammering right here. Yeah, the best way to do this is I would grab a cloth and then wrap the rock in here. Probably look at it first where you want to like hit it. I'd say for this, I kind of want to go for a cut right here in the middle. And then hope for the best when you like hit on the floor. Yeah, okay. So like that, that's my thought from that.
That was so pretty.
Doing a nice shape.
this from the front.
It sounded like it though.
I heard a crack.
Yeah, me too.
I think you could get one
Probably
more.
inside. Like I don't.
Yeah, honestly. That's cute.
Smaller.
So how long does it take you to get like a full lawn established?
Yeah. So for these, since it is a smaller
Yeah. You're gonna
area,
fill it up.
yeah. Yeah, you're able to fill it up pretty well with the dwarf hair grass. You probably could get away with 2 of these. Usually we wait like a week for this size to flood it, so we saran wrap the top.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, and then it acts like a greenhouse, so you would like spray it with water. That's the best way to get the roots established as well. Yeah.
That's smart.
Yeah, they're doing it. You're doing it one of them in there, huh?
I see.
Yeah, one
Or a couple.
or a couple of them, and then also the really big tank that we have in here, the 120U,
Yeah.
is also a dry start. So we're gonna end up flooding that as well. Yeah, but that's been up for like probably like 6 months now. You could go really long with it if you wanted to, but it's up to you. Whatever you want to do, whenever you feel like it's right to flood it. Yeah. Here. Nice and soiled.
I can see any of the creases. That was like a set that comes with like tweezers.
Smart.
Yeah, I recommend if you are planning a tank to buy for sure some tweezers
Yeah.
and a spatula because it makes everything so much easier.
And the scissors too for cutting if you're like doing
Yeah.
a routine trim.
And then so yeah, when you do a dry start, you want to make sure that you cover all of the substrate with water. So you fill it up, but not completely. You would just fill it up to wherever the substrate ends. Did a little bit too much, but it's okay.
So how much is that bag of substrate?
The big bag, I believe this is like close to $54.99. For this size tank, I'd recommend getting like the medium bag. I forget how much it is, but it's not as expensive.
Yeah.
More reasonable, I think. But if you do have like a lot of tanks, I recommend getting the big bag so you
Okay.
can use it eventually for all your tanks. But if you have a small tank like this, you could probably get away with the smallest bag as well, which I believe is $11.99.
Okay.
Yeah.
More affordable than the fluval, volcanic rock, whatever mix.
The stratum. Yeah.
Stratum, yeah.
Yeah, and it's also like less cloudy than the fluval stratum for sure. But yeah, that's why I started using this one at home as well. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna start planting now. So I'm gonna be doing this dwarf hairgrass all throughout. So when you do, if you haven't used tissue cultures before, they basically are like a little greenhouse again for like plants to multiply in with this little cup. So then it like fills up usually for dwarf hairgrass, and it has like this gel at the bottom, which is kind of reminds me of like Jello. So you would usually, when you're planting, you would want to make sure to wash off all the Jello from the bottom, or gel in the bottom, because if you add it into your tank, it could cause like algae problems eventually. So you just want to make sure to get it all off. But yeah, the plants are pretty forgiving, so you could like tear them apart and everything, and it'll grow back in. So yeah. I like to portion it off just by tearing it apart like that. Make sure it's plants are pretty low tech, so you don't need CO2. But if you really wanted to, you could. But this tank is really small, so it should just be fine like that. It will die off a little bit at the beginning when you flood it, because it's like adjusting to water, but it should grow back eventually. Usually like to do like smaller, like half of what I'm doing. So I'll probably end up splitting everything apart while doing it. You just put it in there like that. The tip that I have when planting is that I like to like leave a little bit of allowance from the front of the glass, just so you don't see the roots grow right here.
Oh, okay.
So people like the look of that better, but also it's up to you if you like the look of roots at the front.
So what kind of species are you planning on putting in here?
Yeah, so we're just planning to put like some shrimp, usually, because this is like a 1 gallon tank.
Yeah.
It's pretty small, so a lot of things wouldn't like living in here. So I'd recommend doing shrimp. I'm probably gonna do a mono shrimp in here just because they're able to eat the algae really well.
Okay.
But you could also do like neocaradinas, like the colorful ones as well. Or you could mix them together. My coworker says that, or shrimp specialist says that you could do 10 maximum in a 1 gallon. So, yeah.
Start a whole army with those.
I know. It's a lot.
Yeah, their bioload isn't too heavy as compared to fish, so that's why you can get away with a lot in there.
That makes sense. That's so sexy.
Yeah, for sure. And then when you like watch it grow out and then flood it, it's like
Gel just like easily dissolve in the water?
yeah, it just comes off as you like push it through, and then yeah, it just ends up in the water. I recommend when you're dumping this out to not dump it in the sink because it's still gel in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, it's pretty easy to take apart. Yeah.
Does it matter that when you slant it up, like the front obviously is going to get filled with water before the back part does? Does that matter for the plants?
Yeah, so usually you just want to make sure that, like I think when you're filling, it's best to fill from the top down and making sure that this is not over on top of the plants because it does cause them to rot if the tank is not completely filled. Yeah. Oh, and when you're doing a dry start, I usually recommend to do like rocks, just because like wood tends to cause like mold to grow eventually during a dry start. So yeah, rocks is probably the best way to go. But you could introduce like wood later on once you flood the tank. I recommend waterlogging it first, so that means to like put it in a bucket or a container and let it soak up the water, because it kind of works like a sponge. The wood eventually becomes heavy because of the water, so it's not floating. Yeah.
You can boil it too, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you could do that as well.
If you forget to have that water log while that's
Yeah. Speedy process.
Really, and it like eliminates tannins too.
Probably just gonna do one tissue culture cup because it looks like it's filled
Yeah.
most of it.
And what was that other plant that you said you were going to use?
Hydrocotyle Japan. So it's kind of reminds you of like 4-leaf clovers once it grows out. It is a bit invasive though, so you would have to keep trimming it down. But if you wanted more for your other tanks, you could propagate it and add it to other tanks at home.
So it's a root plant.
Yeah. Okay. And this grows more taller as compared to this, so I'm going to be putting it in the back so it can grow tall behind the rocks. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
this is what this looks like here. Yeah. And this one has more gel because the roots haven't completely taken over. This one's a bit harder to get the gel out of since the roots of the plant is so fragile as compared to these. Yeah, I made sure to like leave a little bit of room between these two rocks in the back, so that you're able to plant the plants through them, so that it would grow up, so it make it look more interesting to look at.
Yeah, layered.
Yeah.
That's so grab another TC of this real quick, and I'll be right back to fill this other side. Yeah. very cute. Mine too, yeah. I want to go.
Looks like those are dry too.
I want to go see some
Just gonna call it.
Do you guys know if you said that first grassy one grew tall or that one stayed pretty short?
This one grows pretty tall.
No, that first
The
one.
first one
The
is like
hairgrass-
stays relatively shorter.
Yeah, the
Oh,
hairgrass
yeah.
stays at a consistent size.
Oh.
How far do you recommend having the light? Because I see you have like different.
Yeah, so for this, I'd recommend probably like 2 to 3 inches with this light that we're gonna use today. What I do like about this pendant light is that you're able to like adjust the height of
The height
it
of it?
because it is like hanging.
Yeah.
But there's other lights where they are like more lower, but it also depends on like the wattage of the light and how bright it is. But usually the more bright, I recommend putting it up higher.
Yeah, because I've had plants where they just really grow like to reach, like if they're like behind it. So I have a light where you can like, move it around.
Yeah.
It's like that's what I have to keep doing. I keep moving it around back and forth, so therefore it won't some plants will like try to reach towards light. And it's like,
Yeah, evenly like distribute the light.
yeah,
So,
so I have to just distribute.
Here, so this is what it looks like right now. Yeah, so you do a dry start to cover it up so everything grows in pretty well. So I would recommend when you do cover it to like spray it down with a spray bottle. You could use, I recommend putting dechlorinated water in the spray bottle and then spraying it down, or using RO. And yeah, usually RO is better to go with, just because the pH levels are lower. Because San Diego has hard water, so it's usually on the higher side from the tap. So I recommend doing that, but if you can't, just make sure to dechlorinate it. Yeah. And yeah, that's pretty much it. You also have this light. Wait, I don't know the light. So yeah,
It's so cute.
yeah, it's a little pendant light right here.
It's tiny.
Oh, that's sick. So you just pull the cord and it'll just.
Yeah, it'll go up, yeah.
That's so cute.
This one's right here. Back. Yeah. Since it does have like a limited hang, I can like forward and then wrap it around like this to make it be centered back. Forward, back. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, that's how you do it. Yeah, thank you guys for coming in.
I know. It's so cute.
Can't wait to come back and see it.
Yeah, I'll be somewhere there. But we have a few set up. You guys want to take a look at photos by me and my other coworkers. This one's inspired by the first one that I said, like the far left corner.
Okay.
But yeah,
For sure,
Thank
man.
you.
yeah, thank you guys. Yeah, thank you.
Looking forward after, man. I have to get the.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
Be like, I saw it first.
Yeah, I saw it being
I
made.
saw the process.
Yeah.
So cute. Yay. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Did you guys do demos at the was it Hakai?
Yeah, so we actually shut down that location because the lease ended. So everything's just here now.
Also,
at
are
this
you guys
location.
gonna like have the heads on Hakai like share the thing?
Yeah, we're sharing it together. Well, it's owned by the same person, but
Okay.
yeah, everything's here now. So we have like all the hardscape. We just consolidated everything to this store.
Yeah.
And the other tanks were here, but then people started buying them.
Yeah.
So yeah, we don't have all the tanks, but one of them is in the back still.
Okay.
High.
It's pretty bad.
But yeah,
It's pretty badass, bro. Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yep. And that is my first demo here at Pet Zone after almost a year working here. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see y'all next time.